Welcome to Recollection Mall. If you were a mall rat like me or spent your formative years hanging out or getting dragged to the mall by your parents or parental units, then you've come to the right channel. Have you ever gone into your childhood, teenage, or current mall and wondered, wasn't there a store or restaurant there? So let's take a trip down memory lane and take a deep dive into this mall's history of yesteryear. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video and take my mall survey. I want to see if you, the viewer, were paying attention to my video. So hit that like button, leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe to Recollection Mall. Thanks. The 139,000 square foot single-level Sears building opened on March 6, 1974, preceding the mall as a standalone store. The Richardson Square Mall opened 3 years later along Plano Road, with Sears becoming one of its anchors. In addition, it was anchored by a single-level Montgomery Ward, a two-level Dillard's, and a two-level Tithes Gettinger. The mall was designed as an enclosed single-level shopping center when it opened in 1977, encompassing the main concourse and integrating the existing Sears and Montgomery Ward anchors, both of which were both single-level structures. The mall quickly became a central retail hub for the area, drawing shoppers with its mix of major retailers and amenities, including a 3-screen general cinema theater that debuted the following day with films such as Oh God and The Other Side of Midnight and Young Frankenstein. The mall would have its first anchor change in 1979. Tithes Gettinger closed and reopened as a rebranded Joske's. The mall maintained strong occupancy and popularity into the early 1980s, and even after the opening of a larger competing Collin Creek Mall in nearby Plano on July 29, 1981. If you went to this mall, you may have remembered Walden Books, B. Dalton, Musicland, Camelot Music, Hot Sam's Pretzels, Bresler's Ice Cream, Caramel Corn, Chick-fil-A, Dino's Pizza, Spencer's, Electronics Boutique, The Limited, Contempo Casuals, Express, Things Remembered, Moro's Net House, Dr. Pet Store, Fun and Games, T-Shirts Plus, Cute Things, Sabaros, and Orange Julius, to name a few. The mall continued to experience prosperity due to the stability reflected by the broader economic growth in Richardson, fueled by the telecom industry boom that positioned the city as the telecom corridor. An L-shaped freestanding strip of stores was built in 1984 to 1985 on the outer corner of the property, closest to the Lloyd Berkner High School. A significant operational change came in 1985 when Texas repealed its long-standing blue laws, which allowed malls like Richardson Square to end Sunday closures and extend hours to meet consumer demand. In 1987, the Joske's department store closed and reopened as a rebranded Dillard's, and we'll just call it the second Dillard's. This happened because Joske's chain was purchased by Dillard's, and the Joske's location in the mall would end up becoming the second Dillard's. In the late 1980s, General Cinema further invested in the area by constructing the adjacent Richardson 6, a 6-screen theater which opened in 1989 across Plano Road, while retaining the Mall 3-screen location to sustain the mall's draw through the decade. The decline of the Richardson Square Mall began in the 1990s, as an enclosed shopping center struggled to maintain its earlier popularity amid shifting retail trends in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Stores began rapidly closing in the early 1990s, and by 1993, the property's occupancy rate was only 60%. In 1995, the former Joske's, now the second Dillard's, closed amid shifting retail dynamics. In 1998, the mall was remodeled with many new tenants, including Barnes & Noble, which occupied the space of multiple stores. A food court was added, The entrance corridor near Sears, formerly occupied by a movie theater, arcade, and several food vendors. One local customer complained it was basically a new paint job and new tiles on the inside, and nothing was done on the outside of the mall to draw new visitors. In 2001, Montgomery Ward closed after it filed for bankruptcy and closed all of its stores. The former Ward's pad was demolished and replaced with a Super Target, which shortly opened thereafter in 2002. The Richardson Square Mall continued to face declining occupancy. In 2005, Dillard's, the original anchor, closed and would relocate to a new location. Steinmart, Oshman's, and several smaller stores soon closed as well. When Garland's Firewheel Town Center opened in 2005, Dillard's, Old Navy, and Barnes & Noble all relocated to the Firewheel. Simon Property Group, the mall's owner, reported an occupancy rate of just under 30% for Richardson Square as of December 31st, 2006, signaling severe underperformance by their standards. In 2006, the company announced plans to close the enclosed mall for major renovations, leading to its full closure in spring of 2007. Demolition of the interior mall structure began that year, but the Sears anchor was spared and continued operating as an integrated component of the site. Following its demolition in 2007, except for the Sears building, which remained open, the site had undergone partial redevelopment, with portions now occupied by tenants like Lowe's. In 2019, Sears, the last original anchor at the former mall, closed. As of 2024, developer VN Holdings is investing up to $20 million to transform the former Sears structure into a multicultural open-air shopping center, anchored by the first U.S. location of the Japanese specialty grocer Aeon, with plans for up to 20 boutique retailers and dining options expected to open by the end of 2025. The current stores there include Lowe's, Target, Ross Dress for Less, and Shoe Carnival. Congratulations!
Still here? It's over.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
This is only a test.
So if you've gotten this far into the video, thanks. So how many anchor stores closed or changed names at this mall? So if your answer was 6, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what are some of your memories of this mall? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Recollection Mall. Add your name to the mall directory. Thanks.